Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to keep moving right along here through the day three corners, an area where we've had a lot of success in the last decade plus. Day three corners, another one will be Meek Gardner of the LSU Tigers, 23 years old, 6'2", 212 pounds on the bigger side. 32 and a quarter inch arms, 10 and an eighth inch hands, 4.55 40, 1.54 10-yard split, 38-inch vert, 10-foot 8-inch broad. So we're painting a little bit of a picture here of a big, pretty long, slow, but explosive corner. That's the picture we're getting so far, right? Some big boards have him going, a lot actually have him going in like the 7th. PFF likes him enough to put him in the 5th. The aggregate has him in the 5th right now. Wouldn't surprise me if he slipped a little bit beyond that. But the last 2 years, he's done a lot of positive things. He's played in 25 total games, giving you 17 passes defensed, but no interceptions. So, little bit, as we like to say around here, a mixed bag. There's some stuff to like and some stuff to not like so much. His height and his size, he's hard to deal with. That's going to make him a physical nightmare matchup for a lot of receivers. Excellent in zone coverage. He understands how to play in zone, understands how to pass players off, understands how to read stuff going on in front of him and react accordingly. Good at that stuff. When he's in coverage, he has found a really good balance for not getting stacked vertically while still being able to break on an underneath route if that's where the route ends up going. Like, he doesn't sacrifice one thing too much in order to take away the other thing. He breaks on passes pretty violently and quickly, and he is a good tackler. He uses that size and those fairly long arms well. Now, because he's not that fast or quick, he will have a hard time hanging in man coverage. His top speed is not that good. 4.55 is not going to keep up with a lot of NFL receivers. And, of course, even though I think his ball skills are okay, he's got no interceptions. And one way or the other, if you're playing 25 games at cornerback for LSU, you should be able to pick off one pass. So that's a little bit concerning. I like this guy. However, I like this guy quite a bit. He's the textbook example of a guy that Carroll likes to take and figure out how to make work. He reminds you a lot about a lot of other previous Seahawks corners. He's got great instincts in zone. He's got the big size. He's got the fairly long arms. He's got pretty decent discipline already at this point in his career, and he hasn't even played in the NFL yet. He's a good tackler. Makes a lot of sense to me. So I'd punch the ticket in the 5th round pretty happily. 4th round, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be crazy about it, but I wouldn't mind it either. I like him. Okay, next up we have Alex Austin of the Oregon State Beavers. This guy's 22 years old, 6'1", 195 pounds, 31 and 7/8 inch arms, 8.5 inch hands, small hands for whatever we care about that. 4.55 40, 1.54 10-yard split, 33-inch vert, 10-foot 2-inch broad. So overall, this was not a very good combine. Not explosive, not fast, not great change of direction. Quite a few big boards have him undrafted, but the Draft Network and Sports Illustrated love him. The Draft Network even has him going 3rd round. Aggregate says about the 5th round. Over the last 2 years, he's played in a lot of games for the Beavers. He's given you 25 total games, well over 100 tackles, 4 interceptions, 17 passes defensed, 72 PFF grade in coverage last year. Solid. He's a high character guy. He was, I believe, named like their highest. He won like their hustle trophy, if I recall correctly. He's really good at blanketing receivers in man coverage. He's got above average size. He's got good footwork in good footwork in coverage as well. He understands the technique of it all. And even though he doesn't have great speed, he was able to hang with vertical routes in college. He understood how to not let receivers get behind him and stack him. He's a great technician all around. I think that's what really stands out about Alex Austin. He's got a pretty strong understanding of zone concepts as well, so he's going to be scheme versatile. And he's good in run support. However, there are some significant issues here. He does struggle with jamming at the line. I think his technique is not very good. He's got the size to do it. He's got decent length. He should be able to do it, but right now it's not really a part of his skill set that's a positive. He does get a little too physical at times down the field, gets a little handsy, grabs, picks up flags. I do think he can get better as a tackler, even though I think he's okay at it right now. And more than anything, he tested poorly. So you got to wonder, how is this stuff going to translate? Yes, he's doing good hanging with vertical routes at the college level, but is 4.55 going to cut it in the NFL? Probably not. He's not very quick either. And he's not explosive. And he doesn't have good change of direction. Maybe he just had a really bad day at the combine, but maybe this is going to be one of those guys that can't quite. The talent is not enough to make it work in the NFL. So I do think he's better in man coverage. And on top of that, there are other issues that I have here. There's just a red flag here, red flag there, red flag there. By the end of the evaluation, I was not particularly interested in Alex Austin. I'd take him in the seventh round, and I don't think he'll be there. But there's too much going on here that concerns me to take him before the seventh round personally. Not too interested in him. All right, Jacorian Bennett of the Maryland Terrapins is next up. 23 years old, 5'11", 188 pounds, almost 32-inch arms, 9 and an eighth inch hands. Really good 40, 4.3 40, blazing fast. 1.48 10-yard split, accelerates like crazy. Huge jumps, 40 and a half inch vert, 11 foot 1 inch broad, explosive, fast, quick, and he's not tiny either. He's a little bit small, but he's not tiny. So this is a really good athlete we got here in Jacorian Bennett. Big boards, I mean, CBS thinks the dude is a second rounder. They love him. Sports Illustrated says third. A couple actually have him. I mean, ESPN has him going in the seventh. PFF has him going in. So it's all over the place. The aggregate says late fourth, early fifth. Late fourth, early fifth. Over the last 2 years, he's given you 23 games and 63 tackles, 5 interceptions, 22 passes defensed. Monstrous ball production. Making plays on the ball constantly. Decent PFF grading coverage as well. This is a guy who can play outside corner, inside corner, and safety. Very versatile. That alone makes him appealing, I think. He's got great instincts in zone coverage. He's got great ball skills, like I said. The production in college is one of the best marks you'll find in all of the country. He's good in run support. Generally speaking, I think he's a very smart football player with understanding zone concepts, understanding zone landmarks, understanding routes. He's got great speed, and he's a great athlete. So there was a lot of stuff to really like about Jacorian Bennett. Now, even though he is fast, his hip transitions are a little bit slow. He is grabby sometimes, another one of these college corners that just grabs a little bit too much. And he does have to learn how to locate the football in the air a little bit quicker. And I know that's weird to say when he's got so much ball production over the last 2 years, but I think it could get even better if he gets better at finding the ball before it comes down. So I like this guy a lot. I think he's a great fit for Carroll. I think that he's a great fit because of his versatility. I think he's going to be great in this zone defense. I think his versatility is going to make him a very dangerous player in an NFL defense at some point. He's a playmaker. And not only would I love to take him in the fourth round, this is a guy I might reach for in the third. I like him that much. There's something here. Like even if he doesn't play outside for you, he can play inside. And we could use that. And if not, he can play safety. We're going to need that in the near future. This guy can play everywhere in your secondary, it seems like. So maybe you don't want to play in strong safety, but he offers a lot that I like. All right, next up we have Riley Moss. Last guy in this video, Iowa Hawkeye, 23 years old, 6'1", 193 pounds, 30-inch arms, T-Rexy, 9.5-inch hands, 4.45 40, decent. Nice acceleration, though, 1.48. He can accelerate very quickly. Good vert, pretty decent broad. ESPN likes him the most. They have him in the early third. We got a little bit of late third, early fourth stuff. We've got some sixth round stuff. The mock draft database has him going early fourth, though. And he's been part of that Iowa secondary for quite some time. Last 2 years, he's given you 24 games, 86 tackles, 5 interceptions, and 16 passes defensed. So a lot of ball production, a lot of production in general. 81 PFF grade in coverage last year, so that's good. Like I said, a lot of experience here, makes a lot of ball production, takes the ball away, knocks the ball down, makes plays on the ball in the air. He's got great zone defense instincts. He comes up hard in run support, good tackler in general. Not great, but pretty good. Gets good jams down in press as well, and he should, at the very least, if you get Riley Moss, he's going to be good on special teams. However, I find myself wondering, how is this going to work in the NFL? Is he going to be able to get down his jams with those 30-inch arms at the NFL level? Is he going to be a good tackler at the NFL level with those 30-inch arms? I'm not convinced. He does already miss a fair few tackles, mostly because of those short arms. So I have a feeling that's not going to stop when we get to 2023 in the NFL. Physically, he's just kind of limited a little bit. His short area quickness is not great. I don't know. There's some stuff here that I like. I just wish his arms were 2 inches longer. I think that would fix the tackling. It would make me a lot less concerned about his ability to get jams at the line of scrimmage. It would make me feel better about his ball skills translating. He just strikes me as a guy who tries hard, gives effort, is technically sound, but is going to get beat up by the better athletes once he gets to the NFL. One of those guys. He just doesn't have quite enough in the tank to be able to keep up once he gets to the NFL. Like 6'1" with 30-inch arms is really kind of odd, and it's unfortunate. Literally, if this guy had 32-inch arms, I would feel completely differently about this. As it stands, there are enough cornerbacks in this area of the draft that I actually kind of like to feel like I don't need to take this guy until round number 6. Round number 6? Okay, sure. But not really feeling it before then. All right, we got more corners coming later today. See you guys soon. Hope you guys are liking the evaluations. Go Hawks.